All right, there's so many stories to tell of people beginning that rebuilding process and how organizations are dealing with this flooding situation. We're going to check in with Kate Hutchison, who checks in with some of our local Calgarians.
Calgarians were able to start returning home on Sunday, and what they saw when they got there was for most a little bit different than when they left. We went down to Bridgeland Sunday as the cleanup began, and what we saw was a lot of love and support for those who had been forced from their homes. In Bridgeland, Children's Cottage Crisis Nursery was forced to evacuate. The society takes in children temporarily during a crisis. And when in crisis itself, local companies came to their aid to give back to a society that's given so much.
This morning at 8 o'clock, the street was still knee-deep in water, and we couldn't come in. And suddenly, all the water receded. We came back here around noon today, and a company, JH Innovations, showed up with a convoy of trucks, and it's just what makes you want to cry. Oh, maybe I will. Anyway, we take care of children at the Children's Cottage, and it's really emotional when all of a sudden all the kids can't be here anymore. And so I've been trying to figure out, once we were coming back in here and knowing that our basement is 9 feet high in water, how we're going to be able to fix everything and get the kids back so that we can keep them safe and well and their families healthy. And so they just showed up, and they have generators, they're pumping out all the water. We couldn't get into any of the rooms in the basement because the door is all warped. And so they had all the equipment to get in the rooms, and now we're bringing about 40 volunteers out, and they're going to clean up the yard and get this all ready so that we can be Children's Cottage Crisis Nursery open for business for people who need our help once again.
So what made you guys come out today and specifically to this location?
We had geared up earlier in the week because we knew that there was going to be, a lot of damage. And this morning we were ready to go, and the water had come down, so we were looking across Facebook, and also we have some friends that work here, and they were devastated, so we said at 11 o'clock we pulled the trigger, and we got all of our staff in, and we brought all of our pumps and equipment down to help people. So that was basically the extent of it.
And how much are you guys planning on helping until it's done?
Yeah, we can finish the project off completely. So we'll get in, we'll get it gutted, we'll get it remediated, and get it put back together for the kids. So that's kind of the focus right now.
Just looking around into the yard here, most of this stuff was covered with water. How much is salvageable? How much in the house is salvageable? What have you lost?
Well, here's the really good news. When you go up to the first floor of the house, you would think nothing happened. We left the house nice and clean, and it's nice and clean. So once we get our basement area where it's meeting space, all of our files, I think, are toast. I think that it's the electrical. It's about getting things running, and that's sort of going to be what the issue is. Will our heating system, our boilers, still be operational? Can we actually continue to operate? And then this building all has fire-rated doors, walls, floors, because it needs to be really a safe place for children to come to. And so trying to get it inspected health-wise to make sure that we can be operational again, that's the big key. So as we get all of this done, we'll keep on working on it and see what happens next. But I'm hoping that in the next couple days we'll be able to be back helping people in Calgary.
And what does this mean for you?
I honestly, until right now, haven't had a chance to think about that, and it's kind of profound, but it's a really good thing. And I'm born and raised Calgarian, and we'll get through this. We'll get everything put back together. So that I have faith. So we just keep plugging away at it.
For Shaw TV Calgary, I'm Kate Hutchinson in Bridgeland.